She never expected betrayal to look like this. She thought love was safe. She thought trust was forever. But in one moment, it all shattered. And that's when she decided peace would be her revenge. Emily had always believed in giving her all. Every smile, every effort, every late night she stayed to help Daniel, she gave it willingly. She loved deeply, trusted completely, and believed that love meant sacrifice. But that belief was about to be tested in the harshest way. It started with small things. Late messages she wasn't meant to see. Secretive phone calls. Daniel brushing it off with a laugh and it's nothing. Emily felt a small flicker of doubt, but she pushed it aside. She wanted to trust him. She wanted to believe in forever. One rainy evening, everything came crashing down. Emily walked in after a long day, ready to share dinner and a smile. Instead, she heard laughter that didn't belong to her. A woman's laughter, coming from her own home. Her heart sank, her body froze. She opened the door and saw the truth, Daniel, laughing, shameless, and careless. Every promise he had ever made was gone in a heartbeat. Emily could have screamed. She could have thrown things. She could have begged for an explanation. But she didn't. She just stood there, silent, letting the weight of betrayal wash over her. For the first time, she truly saw him, not the man she loved, but the man who had taken her kindness for granted. That night, she packed a bag. She left without a word, leaving behind the life she thought was hers. And as the door closed behind her, Emily felt something she hadn't felt in months, clarity. The world hadn't ended. In fact, it had just opened a new chapter. Emily didn't go back. She didn't call. She didn't cry to anyone but her best friend, Claire. Claire had always been there. She listened without judging. She held Emily while the tears fell. And she reminded her. You are stronger than this. Your life doesn't depend on him. For days, Emily stayed in Claire's apartment. She barely ate. She barely slept. She replayed every moment with Daniel, searching for answers, searching for what she could have done differently. Then, slowly, something changed. Emily realized the betrayal wasn't about her. It was about him. His choices. His selfishness. She started small. A walk in the park. A coffee by herself. A book she had been meaning to read. Each small step reminded her that life continued, even without Daniel. She began journaling. Every emotion poured onto paper. Anger. Sadness. Frustration. But also hope. Determination. Dreams she had set aside while supporting someone else. At work, Emily threw herself into new challenges. She stayed late on projects. She volunteered for leadership roles. Every success, no matter how small, reminded her of her own power. Daniel tried to reach her. Text messages. Calls. Apologies. He claimed he had changed. He begged her to forgive him. But Emily only felt the sting of past hurt. She realized his regret wasn't her responsibility. Her happiness was. Emily began to smile again. Truly smile. She went on trips she had dreamed of. She met new people. She laughed without guilt. She lived without fear. And then, one day, she heard that Daniel's new relationship had ended. He looked lost. Regret written all over his face. But Emily didn't feel triumph. She felt peace. Her life had moved forward. Without him. This was her revenge. Not by hurting him. Not by confrontation. Not by anger. But by living fully, by choosing herself, by finding joy and freedom where he had tried to trap her in betrayal. Emily's journey taught her a lesson she would never forget. The best revenge isn't chaos. It isn't pain. It's peace. It's happiness. It's living so fully that anyone who tried to hurt you can only watch from behind. Months passed. Emily had changed. Not just on the outside, but inside. She felt stronger, freer, happier than she ever had. She moved into her own apartment. Small, cozy, but completely hers. Every corner reflected her choices. Her freedom. Her peace. Her work life was thriving. She led projects. She earned recognition. She even helped others grow, mentoring young women who reminded her of herself. Every accomplishment reminded her. She didn't need Daniel to define her. Then one sunny afternoon, she ran into him. Daniel. Looking unkempt. Lost. Regret clear in every line of his face. He tried to smile. It's you. You look different. Happier. His voice cracked. I messed up. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. Emily looked at him. Really looked at him. She remembered every lie. Every broken promise. Every sleepless night she had spent wondering why he chose betrayal. But she didn't feel anger. She didn't feel sadness. She felt peace. Power. Happiness. She smiled softly. You're right. I am happier. And it's not because of you. It's because I chose myself. Daniel's face fell. He expected tears. Anger. Maybe even hope. But Emily's calm, confident smile said it all. She didn't need revenge through confrontation. Her happiness, her freedom, her life, that was her revenge. And it was sweeter than anything he could have imagined. She turned and walked away. Step by step, leaving the past behind. Each step lighter than the last. Every moment of peace more powerful than any grudge. Emily's life blossomed. Her laughter returned. Her friends celebrated her. Her work soared. She traveled. She smiled at sunsets. She lived. Fully. Daniel could only watch. Regret was his companion. Emily's peace was her power. Her joy was the ultimate revenge. Sometimes revenge isn't about hurting someone. It's about rising above. Living fully. Finding happiness in the life they tried to take from you. And when you do that, that is the sweetest, happiest revenge there is. Emily never looked back. She didn't need to. Her life was her own now. Her apartment glowed with sunlight. Her art hung on the walls. Her plants thrived by the window. Every detail reflected the peace she had fought for. She laughed more than she had in years. She traveled to places she had dreamed of. She met new people. She built friendships that lifted her. She was finally free. Daniel became a faint memory. People whispered about his regret. He looked lost. He realized too late what he had lost. But Emily didn't care. She had no bitterness. No desire to hurt him. Her revenge wasn't in pain or chaos. It was in her happiness, her freedom, her life. Every time she smiled, every success she celebrated, every peaceful night she slept, that was her sweet revenge. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was better than anything Daniel could imagine. And Emily learned something powerful. You don't need to fight, yell, or hurt someone to get revenge. You don't need to wait for them to regret it. You only need to rise. To choose yourself. To live fully. She whispered to herself one evening, watching the sunset. I am enough. I am happy. I am free. And in that moment, she realized the truth. Happiness is the ultimate revenge. Peace is the strongest power. If this story touched your heart, remember, choose yourself. Live fully. And let your life be your sweetest revenge. Sparkling Heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Twist in Truth for more powerful stories. Your support brings more emotional journeys to life.